What a thoroughly pleasant day. This is what we need, more days like this. And what better thing could there be to do than to go out rescuing other people's cars? Do what you can to help those who help you. I bet someone in this fairly slow moving traffic of about 25 miles per hour is getting rather annoyed with these cyclists ahead. But why? What's the point in that? They're actually using the road, aren't they? They're not blocking it up. But they are riding two abreast, which some might say is unnecessary. Some might also say it's the safest way to ride, because you force the cars behind you not to overtake when it's not safe to do so. I can't really quite see that working somehow though, because they're still going to be overtaking, and if they're getting grumpy about it, they won't be leaving a great deal of space. They're doing 30 miles per hour, that's not too bad actually. And what you'll see in this instance is a cyclist riding at about 30 miles per hour, which is quite impressive, then being overtaken and then going no more than 30 miles per hour themselves. I've seen that. I've also seen cars overtake cyclists just before a good sized hill, and then slow the cyclist down because they don't want to go beyond 35 miles per hour. I have definitely mentioned before that I like bridges. I've so often wondered really how it's possible that people in the north, although they're known for being quite cheerful, so many are grumpy. Poverty actively happening. Well, poverty is not really that important if you're happy. And when you live in a place like this, how can you not be happy? The north is full of the most amazing countryside everywhere. It's truly beautiful. North definitely beats the south for dramatic landscape, that's for sure. Even the trees seem to have more character because they're in the open air a lot more on the hills, and they're getting a bit more of a battering. And, you know, it makes all the difference. The dry stone walls, the houses made of local stone, they look lovely. I mean, they might be damp, but at least they look nice. That's half the battle. You can barely go anywhere in Lancashire or Yorkshire without seeing something truly lovely to look at. Yet, people don't seem to appreciate it. I know many of them do, but they couldn't be this miserable otherwise. Maybe the issue is they just don't know how to take things in with their eyes. They can't see the beauty that's right in front of them. Maybe it's because they want modern things in life, and they want to live in the city. They want to have one of those newfangled smartphones. Maybe they're just too busy doing nothing on their smartphone to even observe anything around them. Look, it's a turbo. It's a Rover Coupe Turbo, and it's in the garage, and it's coming out of here today. But someone's parked that there. Somebody who can't read. It's quite inconvenient, actually. This car is owned by my friend Turb. And that is what I'm doing here today, which is so helpful of me. Which basically bringing a battery over and some jump leads and something to inflate the tyres with, so it can be taken out of storage and put up for sale. But not while that car's there. No idea who it belongs to. Yeah, well, my friend Turb, he's decided that he doesn't want anything to do with rovers any longer. He's fed up with them, and I understand that. So I wonder what this is doing here. What could this be all about? That's definitely a rover. That turbo is going up for sale, and Turb is no longer going to be a rover man, which is a shame, but he needs to spend more time doing non-rover activities, which is understandable. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a waste of time, because whoever owned that Vauxhall Corsa never turned up. We knocked on loads of people's doors, nobody answered or they didn't know. So it's rather rude and rather inconvenient. So the car's still locked away for the moment. But at least it started, and I've left him with a tyre inflator so that he can just pull it out once that car's moved. I'm opening my electric sunshine roof. Lovely. What's a lot more annoying than being behind a bike? This. Being behind a people carrier that barely creeps over 25 miles per hour. Because you can't even see past it. There's simply no need to be driving your car along at 20 miles per hour. You can go a lot faster. Senior Mustard says people who drive like that are on their way to the garden centre. So maybe we'll find out whether that's true or not. I've got to say, I have noticed that myself. People driving exceedingly slowly to the garden centre. And it makes me ask this question. Why do people drive slowly to the garden centre? And it could be a few reasons. One, it could be that they've got all the time in the world. That's why they're going to the garden centre, to try and use some of it up. The other one could be that they don't really want to go to the garden centre, so they're trying not to get there. They're hoping to have it closed by the time they get there. The third reason could be that they didn't realise they're going to the garden centre. They're just aimlessly driving along, not sure why they're out, having that Sunday drive, and then they spot a garden centre and they go, oh, well, look at garden centre, should we go in there? And they do. So different to the people who rush. The people who rush are mothers picking their children up from school, because maybe it's because they don't want to pick them up and they're leaving it as late as possible because they're not overly excited to see their little cherubs. Or it could be that they've forgotten that they have them because they have such interesting social lives. Or it could be that they try to convince other people that they have interesting social lives, and they do this by being late everywhere they go, so they can go on about rush, rush, rush. They're quite funny, these all-go people, because it's not good enough just being busy. They've got to become even more busy by telling people about how busy they are. I mean, if they were really that busy, they wouldn't have time to talk about how busy they are, would they? And if they were really that popular, they wouldn't really be showing off about it. Properly popular people don't go on about how popular they are or how busy they are, because they've got enough on. They don't need any more friends, they don't need any more, stimulant. The next thing I'm doing to try and be helpful is this. Yes. This lovely Austin 1300. Turns out doing a steering rack on one of these is not a one-man job. It's a two-man job. Anybody lost an Astra bumper? Quite soon, I hope to be doing a review on both of these cars. I like that. This is what happens when you get a nice day. So used to having miserable weather that you don't want to go out in, that we get a bit of sunshine, everybody comes out and then gets stuck in a jam. So you're still miserable.